Gotta tell a story on Becky. Last night, and she does this every night, and she's looking out the window and she's all worried because she can't see that thing up there. I told her, because it's not, well, it's night, it's up. I said, no, I'm seeing the moon at, between 5 and 7 in the morning. It's up in the sky out here. She said, well, there must not be any moon tonight. I said, no, there should be a sliver. There was a sliver yesterday morning, sliver the morning before. There's a sliver. It's kind of laying on its back. Excuse me. I don't know if you can tell how it's laying or not. There you can, kind of. So there's my proof to my wife that she'll never look anyway. But I told her, when she asked where the moon was, I said, well, it's, I don't know, probably over the Atlantic, maybe over the UK. And she goes, no, it can't be. It's nighttime. It's got to be here. Well, that was about 8 hours ago she said that. So how many time zones you got to go to get over there? And I figured it about right on that. It looks from here, I don't see too much water down there, so it's only been in for probably an hour or so, which is about right. Let's see where I can move stuff now. And I don't even know where the cows are. Oh, I can kind of see them. It's just light enough up there. They are huddled in that little low spot. That's what those little dark spots are. So, anyway, there we go, starting Thursday morning. News lady, weather lady, whatever you want to call her, weather guesser gal. I don't want to call her nothing too bad. She seems like a nice gal. Not bad to look at either, but man, she's like the rest of them, can't figure the weather out. She was saying last night that it's supposed to start raining down south of us by early afternoon or something. Then she says only 10% chance today. Oh, a few days ago, it was 20% chance for yesterday, 50% chance today, 40% chance tomorrow. Now it's 10 today and 40 for the next couple of days. See if we get anything or not. The moon disappeared. I don't know if it's just smoke or clouds or magic. It's not there no more. But you can kind of see the color. It ain't showing up real good, but it's showing up okay. Kind of looked like last night when the sun was down. And look, they decided it was light enough for them to come out and find something to eat as they slowly walk out of the trees over there. They've made it scattered clear up to the barn. I'm sure the other group's still way back there in the dip, but they're probably up and feeding. And I'm not going to go move that right away. I got a couple other things I got to do quick. Besides that, I got to play with a bunch of line. I think I'm going to park it up here right at the end of that line by the fir trees there and just run a pass along the fence. Keep the water flowing, and that'll get part of where the cows are and swap them around maybe tomorrow. And then do more where they're at. A couple passes across this with that thing. Should have this good. We might be able to go a day or two without running a pump. Yeah, Mom will like that. That'll cut the electric bill a little bit. It's great that we don't got to pay for the water, but damn it, we still got to pay for the electricity. A lot of guys that got to pay for water don't pay for electricity, and in the long run, they've got it cheaper than we do. Most of them. So, anyway, things to do. As you can see, I got a nice heavy dew this morning. This is a couple hours later, and the orb decided to come up. And it is not showing up on camera anything like it is. But I think you get the point. I know a lot of you seeing the same thing for a while. The smoke makes it way different. Fails if I want to go through a gate. They all decide they got to come by. I think I got a half a chance coming. I got a break. Frickin' traffic jam, man. There's one of the very youngest ones. Just a petite little girl. These little ones, though, they look really good. I'm surprised. Usually the later ones suffer, but they look great. And that is one of the two boys that usually sticks around and helps the little ones find their way back to the barn. One gate at a time. This now I gotta wait for at least these three. And I may have to wait for a couple more up there. See Dino's at the top of the hill coming down. There, now you can tell who it is better. I might go for it because I can get off to the side and maybe they'll leave me alone. If they don't sit here and play first. Yeah, move along, little boy, move along. Playing a little game of leapfrog. At least I got off the bridge before I had to make way for him. He walks all the way in with a really low tone, quiet growl. Probably can't hear it over the tractor. He isn't real loud with it, it's just enough you hear it. And there's Minnie Moo. As soon as she gets past, we'll open the gate and get through it. She probably won't be an issue anyway. I could probably yell at her, tell her to get the hell out of the way. And she will. It tries a charm, right? It's come unhooked at the end of the pipe 3 times now. Luckily, she's still up there. I just keep having to turn the pump back on. Yay. For a gauge the other day for something else, I found a couple. That one happens to fit here. There's what we got at the pump. So, we don't have the little one turned all the way on. It's part way on, but it's more than enough for what's there. And up at the big one, with this one running and where it's sitting, it's right at 92 pounds at the reel. So that should answer some questions, I hope. I don't know what this pump will put out, but you know, it's got what it's got. It would be a vole hole. Not a mole, but a vole. They look a lot like a little gopher. Mouse. There's another one. They're opportunistic little buggers. That was probably a mole hole. And the mole moved on and they moved in. There's another one right there with a little grass over it. And you drop bait in. I made 2 of these. When I made these, you could buy commercially made ones for 175 bucks. They had a big fancy frickin' brass ball valve here and just basically plastic pipe and had a plastic hopper on top with a screw lid. So that's just a cheap funnel from Napa and everything's all glued together. I made my own valve. The cross tube in here is the side cut out of it. There's wood plugs in the end from here out. Holds a tablespoon or so each time. The opening's the direction of the handle. So right now the opening's up. Point it down, it shoves it down the tube. And I just ran out. And I had that thing over half full, and all I've done is down here where these girls are. Over there where they're all congregated, and a spot right on the other side of the ditch right here. And over where the traveler was sitting. And middle of this green there. And middle of this green there. And I just did these and I'm out. So, and the stuff we use, it's Vole bait. And for pasture or certain times of year, you have to use the applicator. Part of the year you can actually broadcast it, which they say that works better, but unfortunately when you broadcast it, you can't do that on pasture because cows will eat it. And
God forbid, you know, if the geese that there's, you know, like 3 million of them that never leave the state of Oregon, that belong in Canada most of the year, if they're out there, they eat it. And if you got a dead goose laying out in your field, they're all over your ass for it. There have been a couple of guys that have got pinched because, you know, they fought their way out of it, but cost them some money to fight it too. They broadcast when they were supposed to, in between the certain dates that it's allowed. And unfortunately, there was still some there when the geese came along a week later, because the geese came in early. And they had a bunch of dead geese, which the state went apeshit on them about. They followed the label. They followed the state rules on it. So, you know. Anyway, on to more stuff. This is the one that plugged his hole back a ways. The red stuff's the sulfur burning. I found my good shovel today. It's an old broken shovel that I reformed and put on a pipe. Works great for this, but it's big enough to get back in and do it, not too damn big. So I don't know how far this one's going to go. I don't see any smoke anywhere. So, oh, there's a little started. I don't know if you can see that or not. Just out of the middle of nowhere. It's where they're close enough to the surface that it comes through. Probably where he was eating on stuff and he ate the roots off to the surface. And number one was spraying over there before lunch, and I got one by that old stump, that little bugger. I got one there the one day. A few days later, there was another one moved in. She happened to have her 9 with her this morning. She got that one, and I don't know where. She said there was 2 others over there on that side of the creek she got. So, cool, eh? This is my 3rd one I'm burning. Smoke coming up over there, was some clear up there. I just stepped part of it down. First one didn't have an open hole. Last one was on the steep side hill over there. One I didn't see yesterday. I thought it was part of another one. And this one was open. And obviously, he had the whole thing open because it's connected with all of them. So that's a good sign. That means the whole tunnel system's getting filled up. And before I shut it off, I give it a little extra, which puts a little extra pressure in the tunnel. So there's more coming out. Then the second you get it off, get it filled up. And it's done. Split it. Then I've been kicking dirt over trying to stop the smoke from getting out. I don't want to breathe that shit either. But if you notice, like right there, that's already bare ground around it. They've eaten all the roots off underneath what was there, so it's all dead. Some of this other was the same. That's probably all through here. But I didn't know this one was here. I missed it earlier. Smoke over there, smoke up there. Right over there is the one I got on my way by it. I did down there toward that tree. That one. I didn't come across here. I went over the top and checked another spot. Then I did over there by the sprinkler. And now here. And I'm thinking about trying a mole. They don't pack their runs too bad. It's not too hard to do, but it's getting into their runs that's the pain in the ass. There's smoke clear up at the top of the hill coming from this one. Oh yeah, that's not gopher poop. That actually almost looks more like cat poop than coyote poop. So maybe I've got the bobcat back here again looking for stuff. That would explain why right over here, between here and those trees on the edge of the hill, there's a spot dug out that didn't look like coyote did it. That makes sense. You'd think it'd be more like Matt the Scrap Whisperer's traffic report around here, but Jesus Christ, it's nose to tail everywhere. It's been one of those days, I guess. Thank God I'm not out on the road. There's that new hope. Oh, sure, starts talking after coffee. Holding up nicely today. been running all day. This thing's in. We didn't catch it before it got to the little creek bed to drag it back out. So I let it finish coming in. And this late in the day, I'm not going to drag it out because that means I'm going to be down here at about 2 o'clock shutting it off. So I'm going to shut it off now, and tomorrow morning we'll drag this one back out. And may or may not be moving the other one in the morning. So that's how it is today. And she opened this way farther than I normally do, which is fine. Not like it can't take the pressure, it just only takes so much water. I go about 6 or 8 partial turns, comes out about 3 full turns. It's more than enough to run it. Cows have kind of been in and out today. I think they're making their way back in over there. 92 degrees is what we hit. Better than 99 or 100 and something. Hey, you can see that one's still going. It's not halfway in. It's about a third of the way in. So I figure it should be just about in the morning when I come out. And hopefully they'll be in the morning, because I got to come through the pasture they're in to go into the one that they were in up there. And we got a few days up there to do. And yeah, this one probably ought to run along the creek here again, because you can see a difference. About diagonal across the middle of the screen. If we can keep it growing, that's what we're aiming to do. So anyway, yeah, and there's clouds. And see, Mark Mortensen, he commented on yesterday's video earlier today and said that it was trying to spit down there in his place. They're down the valley and toward the coast a bit. And said there was some noise in the sky, and somebody must have been taking pictures. There was flashes or something, I think he said. So we'll see if we get any of that or not. Right now the wind's on my back, coming out of the northeast, and those clouds are to the southwest, so who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.